Hi, this is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Today I thought I would show you kind of the end of the year cards that I picked up this past year. I was inspired to pick up some football cards by Scotty Tradition and Bart 81. Both have incredible collections. Scott has the Packer PC and Bart has the 49er PC. They both kind of inspired me to kind of work on my football collection. Like I mentioned before, probably 90% of my collection is vintage baseball. I do have basketball, and I'm going to show you some of the football that I picked up this year. And I'm going to start with the Y.A. Tittle, a 1960 Y.A. Tittle, and a PSA 9. This card looks like it just was right out of the pack with a PSA 9. You can see him with the single bar on his helmet there. I guess that's what they used to wear back in the old days. And it looks like he's like in spring training or training camp with looks like a football field in the background. So this is Y.A. Tittle 1960. The next one I have is also a 1960 Bob St. Clair, Hall of Fame Bob St. Clair, who's an offensive lineman, also in a PSA 9. Fantastic card. The next one is also a 1960 Hugh McElhaney, which I mentioned a couple videos ago, was part of the $1 Million Backfield. Okay, next would be 1961 R.C. Owens. And what's interesting about the reason I'm showing this card, one, I picked it up this year, but also he's two things he's kind of famous for. One is the alley-oop. So nowadays where they do a fade in the back of the end zone and the quarterback throws it up to a tall receiver. Well, R.C. Owens was 6'4", and he would do this in combination with Y.A. Tittle in the back of the end zone. And that's kind of where it started, alley-oop, R.C. Owens. And he's also a player that would actually, at 6'4", had some jumps, would jump up when field goal kicks and block field goals. So they actually outlawed it because of R.C. Owens, where someone would stand up in the back and try to jump and block the field goal. So there's R.C. Owens. The next I have here is Kermit Alexander, and he's more famous for good and bad off the field. His family was actually murdered. His mother, sister, and his two nephews were murdered in South Central Los Angeles by a gang, and they actually they were aiming for a house that's actually 2 doors down from them. So they had nothing to do with it. His family was murdered. And on the good side about him is he actually adopted 5 Haiti children. He was in Haiti, was going to adopt one child, but could not leave the other 4 brothers and sisters alone. So he actually adopted all 5 of them. And there's books, I think there's a book and actually a film on his life. So there's Kermit Alexander. And lastly, he's also famous for, I don't know about famous, but he actually accidentally rolled up on Gale Sayers' leg at the 1973 season. And after that, Gale Sayers was never the same as a football player. So a lot of stuff going on in his life. But everyone, there's Kermit Alexander. Next, I have a Hall of Famer is Dave Wilcox, who actually was at the National this past year, and I got his autograph there. Hall of Fame linebacker for the 49ers. Next I have is Jimmy Johnson. Now, Jimmy Johnson was on the all-first team, all-decade team of the 70s as a defensive back, him and Willie Brown of the Raiders. That's how good he was. He was 6'2". I do remember him playing, but even as nowadays, you really don't think about cornerbacks, but Hall of Famer Jimmy Johnson. Next I have here is the 1969 John Brodie. John Brodie was, when I was a child, a very good quarterback, kind of borderline Hall of Fame quarterback, made multiple Pro Bowls. And John Brodie. Also, he was one of the Stanford quarterbacks. Next, his throwing teammate at Stanford and also the 49ers. Here is Gene Washington. Gene Washington was probably my favorite player growing up. Acrobatic type player catching balls as a wide receiver. So Gene Washington, I think he made like 3 or 4 Pro Bowls. Next, I have another Dave Wilcox. There's Dave. Next is Sweetness, his rookie card, Walter Payton. I do remember him playing, and just not only his speed, darting ability, his strength. It was just something else, just a combination of everything you want in a running back. And there's Walter Payton. Next, I have Steve Spurrier, who's a Hall of Fame, not player, but college coach. I got the next one here is, there he is, Steve Young on the LA Express. I got the GOAT, Jerry Rice. Look at the old slab here. This is way back when. Terrell Owens, rookie card. How about a Drew Brees upper deck graded rookie, numbered to 500 in his Charger outfit there. Charles Haley, Hall of Famer rookie card with the 49ers. Tom Rathman, underrated running back, fullback with the 49ers. John Taylor, Jerry Rice's running mate as a wide receiver, rookie card. Vernon Davis. Alex Smith. You can see a theme here with 49ers. Alex Smith again. The great, going to be Hall of Famer, Frank Gore. He's just loved in San Francisco. Another Frank Gore rookie. The great Patrick Willis in the press pass auto. I love press pass with his college uniform. He was something else. 174 tackles his rookie year. First 7 years in the league. Pro Bowl. Borderline Hall of Famer. He just didn't play long enough, but I mean, when he played, he was a Hall of Fame player. Patrick Willis. Another Patrick Willis. Navarro Bowman. Another great player. Him and Patrick Willis played together. Probably, I mean, I'm prejudiced here, but might be the 2 best inside linebackers for a year or 2 of all time. I mean, literally, these guys were great. And 2 pickups, or 2 I picked up a blaster box for Christmas, and I got this right here, 2019. I think this is called a disco of the great, and also a Dwayne Haskins rookie in the same box, which I think is kind of cool. So anyway, these are some of my, or most of my, or all of my pickups for 2019 when it comes to football. And Thanks for watching. Thanks for a great year in the hobby. I totally enjoyed getting back into the hobby, talking to a lot of people. Just fantastic. Everyone has been so nice to me, and I've enjoyed everyone's channel, and hope to keep up, making videos for the next year here. So thanks again for watching. This is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Thanks. Bye.